Cat Dennings is an American actress known for her distinctive voice and witty performances. She began her acting career at a young age, appearing in commercials and making her television debut in an episode of Sex and the City. She gained wider recognition for her roles in films such as The 40-Year-Old Virgin, Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, and Thor and its sequel Thor: The Dark World, where she played Darcy Lewis. She is perhaps best known for her starring role as Max Black in the CBS sitcom Two Broke Girls, which aired from 2011 to 2017. The show was well received and further established her as a talented comedic actress. Here are some facts about Cat Dennings. She was homeschooled. Cat Dennings was homeschooled by her parents and finished her high school curriculum at just 14 years old. Although she described the experience as good, she admitted in a 2011 interview with Complex that she struggled with being in a small room with her parents towards the end of her studies. To resolve this, Dennings took charge of her education. "I don't think I could have dealt with traditional school, just the way my brain is wired." Her approach allowed her to graduate much earlier than her peers. When asked if she missed out on the social side of school, she acknowledged there might have been some aspects she missed, but felt it didn't harm her in any way. Her parents disapproved of her acting dreams. When Cat Dennings decided to pursue acting, her parents were initially not happy with the idea. Dennings herself joked that acting is the worst idea ever. However, after her success, her parents fully supported her decision. She told Glamour in 2012, "Now they are over the moon. I was one of those kids where I clearly wasn't going to be in school much longer. You know what I mean? I'm not a kid who can learn that way. I was a very unique child. I think they knew I belonged in the arts." Dennings shared that her artistic talents likely came from her parents. Her dad, a biochemist, wanted to be a painter, and her mom is a poet, so they both had their own artistic passions. She wasn't allowed to watch TV as a child. Cat Dennings grew up in an eccentric, artistic household where she wasn't allowed to watch TV. In a 2012 interview with the New York Times, she shared that she was allowed to watch old movie musicals like Top Hat and listen to her parents' old stand-up comedy records, such as Steve Martin's Let's Get Small. At just 3 years old, she memorized and performed parts of the comedy routines, loving the reaction she received. Dennings humorously mentioned at the Television Critics Press Tour that her family had to get a cable to watch her TV debut on Sex and the City. She starred in an ABC pilot that didn't get picked up. In 2018, Cat Dennings worked on multiple projects, including a comedy pilot for ABC called How May We Hate You. The show was based on a book and blog where New York City hotel concierges shared horror stories from their jobs. That February, Variety announced Dennings would star in the ensemble comedy set in a luxury resort. She played Ellie, a guest services specialist who had to deal with demanding hotel guests. The cast also included Jason Michael Snow, Angela Kinsey from The Office, and comedian Nicole Byer. Although The Hollywood Reporter predicted the show had a good chance of being picked up, it wasn't included in ABC 2018-2019 lineup. She learned to decorate cupcakes for Two Broke Girls. On Two Broke Girls, Cat Dennings played Max Black, a waitress with dreams of starting a cupcake business. Although she didn't bake the cupcakes herself, that was done by a talented baker named Amber. Dennings did frost them live on camera. She learned how to pipe cupcakes from Amber and often did it in real time during the show. She admitted that she would sometimes sneak a bit of icing when her blood sugar felt low. She is a super talented screenwriter. Cat Dennings is not only an actress, but also a talented screenwriter. She co-wrote a script called Your Dreams Suck with her brother, Jeffrey Litwack. The script was recognized as one of the best unproduced screenplays in 2008. In a 2011 interview, Dennings mentioned her interest in writing and directing. However, as of 2024, Your Dreams Suck has not been made into a movie, and she has not directed any films. She said, "The process of getting a movie made is so ridiculous, so it's still in the pipeline. We have amazing producers, and we're giving it to people to read right now." She also noted that she never planned to act in Your Dreams Suck. She ventured into producing. After Two Broke Girls, Cat Dennings took on a producer role for 3 projects: Dallas and Robo, the pilot How May We Hate You, and Dollface. She had long wanted this level of control over her work. Talking to BuzzFeed, she said, "The executive producer thing was so exciting for me. It felt very long-earned because, this is my 25th year of working. You learn a lot as you go, just like in any job, but I felt really ready for that responsibility." Working with Margot Robbie's production company, Lucky Chap Entertainment, was a great fit for Dennings, who wanted a change after Two Broke Girls. She told Collider, "I wanted to do something different. I didn't really want to do a sitcom again next, and I wanted to have a little more creative input on whatever the next project was." She started a knitting club and got into gardening. Toward the end of Two Broke Girls, Cat Dennings took up knitting and even formed a knitting club that included former MMA champion Ronda Rousey. Later, she started gardening, another hobby often associated with retirees. Dennings told Glamour that her interest in gardening began during the pandemic, when she finally had time to create the backyard garden she had always wanted. "I built the garden boxes myself and planted them last spring. I know it sounds like not a big deal, but for me it was." She voiced Death in a Sandman podcast. In 2020, Cat Dennings ventured into a new medium by joining the Audible podcast series The Sandman, based on the DC Comics character created by Neil Gaiman. In the podcast, she plays Death, one of the Endless and sibling to the main character, Morpheus, voiced by James McAvoy. Dennings explained to Entertainment Weekly that her involvement began through social media. She and Gaiman became friends on Twitter, and he eventually asked her if she wanted to voice Death. She was thrilled, as Death was her favorite character, and she agreed immediately. She partnered with a sparkling water brand. In 2021, Cat Dennings partnered with Spindrift, a sparkling water brand sweetened with real fruit juice instead of sugar. She announced on Instagram that she approached Spindrift, which is unusual since brands usually reach out to celebrities. She created the Cat Pack, a collection of her favorite Spindrift flavors. Dennings discovered Spindrift through her love of gardening, searching for sparkling water without artificial flavors. She mentioned that Spindrift is the only water she drinks. Later, she also promoted the company's new alcoholic line, Spindrift Spiked,